Hey everyone, this is MrAddOil again, helping you fight your today for your better tomorrow. In this video, we'll be talking about if you did make the decision to start your career in software sales, how to get started. And if you are still on the fences of whether you should make this career change or jump into this career as a recent college grad, I'll also talk about alternatives or other options you have other than software sales that I personally recommend. Coming right up. So if you're serious about starting your career in software sales, I would recommend that you leverage recruiting agencies like Vendition or Always Hired or pure recruiting agencies like Bets Recruiting, TheLions, and Rainmakers. So I'll kind of touch upon each of them and the differences between them. So for me, I was a sales bootcamp grad or alumni before they rebranded to the name Vendition. So that program allows you to go through like a 1-week online bootcamp. The entire duration of that bootcamp is like 3 months. And the first 1 month is a lot about training. And then first you go through the online recorded lectures giving you a rundown of what type of tools, methodologies, and just best practices are involved in software sales. And then later on, they go through an in-person interview with you, especially if you're living in San Francisco. I don't know what it's like if you are remote or online. They probably will do like an online interview with you, but my experience was I was the 42nd candidate of Sales Bootcamp or Vendition, and I blast through the week's worth of content in like 3 days, and then I went for an on-site interview, met with the CEO, met with the other co-founder, and then they trained me up in the basics of software sales, right? And a lot of these informations you can find online, but it's great that you have a place where you can get the concentrated information and content and training in one place. After that, they start placing you into affiliate or these partners that they have in San Francisco or the Bay Area or whatever these boot camps or agencies have relationships with. And they placed me into one of these startups. And within the next 2 months, they had a sales mentor watch over me. We would do like weekly or like sometimes daily check-ins, meetups online where they will coach me through what I was going through, and if I have problems, I can bring that up with them. And they also help fight on your behalf of whether it's like a promotion or a salary increase. You just have to have good communication with them, and then they'll help you throughout your sales career, your career in general, and the place that they place you in, the company, sorry. But the downfall is that, I wouldn't say this is a downfall or a negative, but within those 3 months, you're paid an hourly wage because you're employed by Vendition or that sales bootcamp, and then you have the option of converting into a full-time employee at that company, or you can choose and communicate with Vendition and be like, hey, I don't think it's a great fit, I want to try this other company, and then they will help get you set up with a different company. As for sales recruitment agencies, I would recommend working with TheLions. I had really great success with them where they actually placed me at one of the companies that I worked for. They're more hands-on. They help you prep thoroughly for interviews throughout your interview process. So that could be that's from the first initial phone screen with the hiring manager interview on site and negotiation, a salary negotiation for the final offer. So it was a great experience that I had. I also did explore Bets Recruiting. I would say this is on the higher end of recruiting where they really vet you hard and they want people who are like high performance and stuff. If you're a recent college grad, I mean, they do take that into consideration too. So you will be in a good place if you're a recent college grad trying to get into sales, and they'll place you probably as an SDR. But I would recommend that you go towards TheLions because I just had a better experience with that. And the last one would be Rainmakers. Like I mentioned, if you're a career changer, you could probably consider this platform, but they still value experienced salespeople. And their business model is that companies fight for you and they give you offers. So I would say this is a more premium or high-end recruiting agencies above Bets, but you can give them a try too. And my advice, if you're trying to get into software sales, is if you can't find like an SMB AE type of role, try your best and ask your recruiters, or just try to vet and find an SDR role as a full sales cycle SDR role or an inbound SDR role. Those are great places to start because, especially the full sales cycle role, if you can't find that, find an inbound sales role because you'll learn a lot more. You'll be more prepped for success if you transition successfully from an inbound SDR to an outbound SDR, and that will set you up to transition into an AE role. And lastly, here are my 2 cents on software sales career alternatives, right? The first one will be digital marketing. The downfall of that is that initially when you get started, it's not as lucrative, but as you build your skill sets, it's a hard skill. Once you build that up, it gets more lucrative as you age and get more senior in these type of roles. I would recommend you doing content marketing. That could be blogging, video marketing, which is like YouTube, but like what I'm doing now, affiliate marketing, or just any type of digital marketing role, because it's more stable. And then as you stick with it, it gets potentially more lucrative. And you can also do this as like a side hustle. And the skill sets that you learn from your 9-to-5 digital marketing career, you can apply directly for your side hustle and help you expand your personal brand. The second career path that I would challenge you to consider, even though it's super saturated and like flooded, is like software development, right? And that's because it's a hard skill, it's in demand, and if you're in San Francisco, the Bay Area, like it's in high demand and it pays well. And overall, like most of my friends, my network, they're engineers, and they just, I mean, based on like my interactions with them and just their lifestyle, it's just a much more enjoyable experience. Granted, you can get that from sales, but personally for me, I feel like being an engineer, you just have more flexibility. Let's say like you do a bootcamp, or let's say you do a bootcamp, right? And you do have some sort of sales experience or customer facing experience, you can try to pitch and apply for jobs like a technical account manager or a technical customer success manager, or even a junior or entry-level sales engineer role. If you can get your career started in those type of roles versus an SDR, more power to you, and I would pitch on your behalf, or I would tell you that you should go for these type of roles because it will save you a lot of headache and grind as an SDR trying to make that promotion to an AE. And that wraps up the this video series of whether you should consider software sales as a career for recent grads and career changers. If you found this content, this information to be helpful, please subscribe and like, and please feel free to engage in the comment section. And you can support me in this channel by clicking some of the affiliate links in the description, especially Amazon affiliates, and making a purchase. And then again, this is MrAddOil, helping you fight your today for your better tomorrow.